Welcome to the Fireside chat here. The topic that we have today is tech at Tropicana. I'm Srini. I'm a president of digital experience with ITC Infotech. With me here, I have Prathima Hegde, head of corporate applications at Tropicana. Prathima, thank you for your time. Welcome.
It's a pleasure.
And I'll start off with something that I thought was very unique in your context. Tropicana is a famous brand that's nearly well known for the entire population of the globe, 75 years old. And at the same time, you're also a startup that is 3 years old with a divestiture from Pepsi. So what about this unique context leads to the challenges that you see from a technology space in your remit?
Definitely. Thanks for having me to discuss about Tropicana and its journey. Tropicana, as you said, it's a spin-off from Pepsi, and we are marking 2 years in Jan. And the challenges are also the opportunities we have in the tech space. Challenge number one is we have no systems. So we have to support a $3 million company, and we have to build an entire system landscape. That's also an opportunity because I don't carry any legacy. So I got to start fresh from a white canvas, build the technology we really need, which is modern, which fits for the purpose of the business today. So that's the opportunity or the interesting. So the other challenge on the technology is there's no process defined. How do we do things? How do we, because it's a new way of working, new systems. So we are getting to define the processes. That's also an opportunity because we are not burdened the legacy processes or outdated processes. We can really make that, again, be more transformative in what we want to achieve to deliver the outcome. Third challenge is people. In the carve-out, especially in the technology industry, technology department, we received 0 people in the separation. So we're building the team from scratch. So new people, new systems, and new processes. So those are the 3 big challenges we are facing. And also all 3 give us a lot of opportunity to have a fresh start and work with no baggage and really work towards outcomes and dream what is really possible.
That's very interesting. Challenges packed in opportunities, every challenge also, striving, driving us to move forward.
Correct.
Amazing. Now, you have a storied career leading several large technology organizations and transformations. And what are your top 3 pointers for leaders who are starting on this journey or in various stages of this journey to help move IT from a cost center to a profit center?
See more as, I think that the way I interpret your question is more like, how do we become a value driver? Because we are not really trying to boost profits, the organization as IT, we are more trying, how do I add value? So again, I like that cost center, profit center analogy because how do you make profit, price versus the quantity? So these are the 2 levers you have. So the price is what the cost of doing business. How can you lower the cost of doing business is being more efficient. If you put on a quality product, it doesn't have bugs, it doesn't have rework, then you automatically lead to a better price. And similarly, quantity, the speed with which you are able to deliver something. So those are some of the levers if you can focus on to say, hey, how do I make my organization deliver things faster and a quality product? And you start unwind a lot of processes and mindsets to achieve that value driven. And definitely the focus has to be on the IT strategy, matching with the business strategy and to drive the value, which is how do we drive revenue and also the efficiency. Those are things are there, but the price times quality is a very simple metaphor you can leverage to drive, move from one to another angle.
So anchor work on value and focus on throughput. To increase speed to value.
Yeah.
A very simple concept, but which I feel is very effective. Somewhere I heard that, it takes effort to simplify things. Complexity is a given.
Is given, yes.
Wonderful, wonderful. So the next one is something that I believe is tying back again to value.
Yeah.
A lot of focus many times when it comes to technology transformations is a lot about efficiency, focus on throughput. I know innovation is also your remit.
Yeah.
So how do you drive innovation and get people excited about it and engage them in the process, both from an inside-out perspective and an outside-in perspective?
First and foremost thing is like the why. Share the why, the purpose. What are you trying to achieve? Have that alignment so that everybody knows this is the purpose. So we are very clear at Tropicana. One of the things we are trying to drive is our EBITDA to be 400 million next year. So that's clearly understood. So you have that clarity, then you know everything I do, whatever I'm trying to do, am I moving that needle? So that purpose allows people that clarity of the vision, where the organization is going, where you want to take your organization. Then engaging the people, involving them and empowering them so that they can contribute, they can have their voice. Hey, how do we get to that goal, what you have? I think that engagement builds in the built-in change management, right? When it is my idea, I'm much more open to doing it. Even if it is not my idea, I was heard is another very intrinsic motivator for people to get excited about things. And action, right? When you say, hey, I'm here to listen to everybody, I want to get your ideas. But if you never seem to implement any of them, then there is no feedback through. When you share something, it gets accepted, it gets built, it gets funded, it gets deployed, and you start seeing the value. It is the highest intrinsic value, right? When I see my impact in the organization, when I see how I have grown, it's very exciting. So innovation for me is a very exciting area to be, that brings everybody together onto one common outcome.
Amazing. So in a lot of ways, it's how do you give people the sense of agency? So that they feel that they are heard and their inputs are valued, acted upon, and they're able to see the results of that. So it feeds the virtuous cycle.
It's you're building entrepreneurs, right? So that ownership, that entrepreneurs, like if I'm the CEO of my one product I'm building, how would I build it? How do I create that thing? That ownership has to be there, the organization, for everything they do.
Understood. And as a leader in technology, I know you would most likely be straddling this balance between sweating your investment versus the next new and shiny.
Yes.
And in that sense, it feels every year it is more exciting than previous when it comes to the opportunities in the tech space. What are the tech trends / opportunities that you see that excites you for their potential for upside for Tropicana?
Absolutely. We are a CPG, so we are consumer obsessed. So customer experience is big. At the same time, sustainability and profitability. Those are the three things we are constantly trying to balance. And for me personally, the AI and the machine learning and have an impact on the supply chain processes are going to be big on how we generate. I think some of it is sweating what we have. And I am a big believer of sweating as much as you can rather than chase every shiny penny, right? But I always think anything new as evaluate, experiment, and expand. I put a lot of energy, more than 50% in expansion, because we tried, we have got our benefits, so we're going to get more out of that. But always looking to see, hey, what's new? How much is the noise or the fad? How much is really true? What's the applicability? What's the outcome I'm trying to drive? Remember the purpose we defined? We're all trying to drive towards that. Is this really going to help me get there? Help me get there faster? Help me get there cheaper? Help me get there in which way? If I can't simply communicate that to somebody, then maybe I am working too hard to sell something which is not worth taking on.
Or in other words, the question to be asked is the solution looking for a problem?
Yeah.
Right? That is a very nice perspective. And finally, or rather, next to last, we are now in a space and context where things change so fast that you are not going to get skill and talent for everything that you want from outside.
Yeah.
So it has to be grown from within. So things that we have heard all through our careers around unlearn, relearn becomes a reality now.
Correct.
So what are your top learning priorities for your organization?
Like I said before, we are an organization which is growing our people. We are barely have basic team. We have a lot of partners, whether it is ITC Infotech or other partners with whom we engage, work with. One of the things is we don't see them as vendors. We do see them as our extended teams. So it's about, for us, the highest or the most important priority for me is to create that one team culture. So, when you are trying to create a learning organization, like you said, you're constantly learning. It's about how do I acquire the knowledge? How do I create the knowledge? How do I share the knowledge? It comes down to those three things. So for us, one is to create an organization which is ready, which can learn. So the focus is like create that muscle of learning ability. And then the other two things which are not less important, which is to gain the domain knowledge of CPG, because we are building a new team. We're working towards this industry, juices, how does it work? So the domain knowledge, and of course the technology knowledge, right? Like which systems we have put in place. Those are like the table stakes. We should be able to support our organization, survive today and thrive tomorrow. So that's how we are approaching learning.
So in a lot of ways, when the student is ready, the teacher will show up. So
you have to
build the readiness, and we have enough teachers around more than ever. At any point in human history.
Correct.
Last one is a bit of a doozy. I heard recently that GenAI is not going to take jobs. It is the person who is using GenAI is going to take your job. I heard a different take on that, which said very soon everybody will have a GenAI assistant, no matter what your function is. If we go out to a little bit of blue sky aspirational thinking, what would you like your GenAI assistant to help you with?
I think I'd said this in some other conversation also. I want them to make my kids behave. Can they listen? Can they show up? Can they do what I expect them to do? So that is definitely a personal theme of mine, to see if GenAI can help there. Professionally, if I'm looking to figure out, I think that the biggest thing AI is going to give you back is time, which is the most precious commodity. It's like, instead of spending a lot of time figuring out a lot of things, going through 10 emails, if I'm able to summarize the 10 emails and tell me what exactly is going on, I think that the gift of time is going to be the most precious one you will get from GenAI as a leader.
That's very prescient. Thank you very much, Prathima, and we really loved having you on this chat, and wishing you well on your onward journey
thank you.
At Tropicana.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate it. Looking for the partnership with ITC.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Welcome.